welcome to the channel. Today we've got a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport that we will be rebuilding. I got the vehicle, came in this morning, was delivered off a delivery truck. I bought it sight unseen from East Coast Auto Source in Virginia and had it shipped to my house here in Tennessee. We're going to be rebuilding this for my wife. It's going to be her dream Jeep. We're going to put a lift kit on it, wheels, tires, bumpers, fender flares, and of course we're going to fix the damage here. A little bit about the vehicle. So I just got it this morning, unloaded it from the trailer, and when buying vehicles sight unseen, buyer beware. It was listed as a lot running and driving vehicle, and obviously it's got suspension damage and body damage and everything here. But if you look up under here, if you can see that, the oil pan was hit as well on the engine. So, that's a problem. I don't know how long it's been ran, if it's been ran without without oil in it. There's no oil in it right now. So we pushed it up here in the garage, but that was kind of a surprise. But, you know, this is what you run into when buying vehicles sight unseen. Other than engine damage, it looks like we've got suspension damage here. We're going to be doing new shocks and springs anyways. Control arms will come in the kit as well. I've also got a set of stock ones that we'll be putting on it for now. Tie rod ends. Let's see. The frame doesn't appear to be bent off the, just looking at it right off the bat here. So that tow hook's still straight, and that tow hook is mounted solid to the end of the frame. So I guess we'll get into it and we'll see. Also, there is a inner fender support that's structured behind this fender here, and that doesn't appear to be bent as well. This bracket's bent here, but that's no big deal. We can bend that back down, and we'll clean it up, put nice new paint on it. And once we get this off, we'll see if the radiator support is straight or if it needs any work as well. I've already got a new hood. I was able to pick that up. That was a new takeoff. Got it from a place. The guy's got a huge warehouse full of just JK parts and truck parts and everything. A bunch of takeoffs from vehicles. But I got the bumper all ready to go. Got inner fender. Here's those control arms. I picked all this stuff up from that warehouse. Got a new OEM fender there. We'll throw some paint on that. And we got a new wheel to replace the one that was wrecked in the accident here. But other than that, the Jeep is very clean. It's only got 25,000 miles on it. Interior, I did scrub it up. I scrubbed the outside up before I brought it in here, and I vacuumed the inside out, but didn't do too much to it. It's clean. It's got the upgraded radio, and it also has Alpine. It's got the subwoofer and everything in the back, which is pretty nice. There's that subwoofer. But yeah, probably have to replace the body mount bolts there, because I believe they're bent. That even says bent bolt. That happens fairly regularly with Jeeps that get into any accident, and I mean any vehicles for that sort. But I'm working, I called East Coast Auto Source and I told them about the hole in the oil pan and requested a new engine. I don't have my hopes very high about getting a new engine, but this vehicle was listed as a lot drivable. So obviously, because of suspension and everything, you wouldn't want to take it on the road, but to to me, that means, you know, the motor fires up and it's good to go, other than suspension, bodywork and everything. But we'll see what they come back to me with. He already offered to give me a new oil pan, but I'm not really too comfortable just putting a new oil pan on it and running it the way it is. You know, this is gonna be my wife's car, so I don't want that engine to give out, you know, 20,000 miles from now just because it's been run. And who knows, you know, there's no telling if it had been run. My thought is, if it was listed as a lot running and driving vehicle, that it probably was run at some point. But we'll see what happens. But for now, let's go ahead and start taking this thing apart.
So there you have it. We got the whole front end taken apart. We got all the plastic. We got the grill off. We got the hood off. We got the fender off. We got that cowl here off. Just threw this back on. This is the new fender, just to see what we're working with. Looks like I did measurements on the frame, the structure here, and it looks like it got pushed that way about a ½ inch or so. So we're probably gonna have to have that pulled at a frame shop. And also, if we notice, the front of the Jeep looks a little bit crooked. So look at our level here, and we're a little bit high over there. So I think that's because the suspension is binding up over here. And so next thing, we're gonna pull this axle off of here. It looks like the axle's bent, so we're gonna need new axle housing, and possibly some other items. But the goal now is just to get our parts list and see what else we need. Looking at the frame looks pretty straight. So I think this structure here just got bent a little bit. So this inner support here, we should be able to pull that back out and straighten up that front end. And then when we get the new axle on, it should sit straight. So we'll get back at it. We'll get this axle out. So here we go, we got the front axle out of it, got it all taken apart, got the brake calipers off, put them up there, hung them up, disconnect the ABS sensors, gotta do a little bit more, get the control arms out of here. That one's still bent over there, I think this one's okay, but we're gonna be putting a lift kit on it anyway, so those will be coming out. Yeah, steering arm looks bent. Not sure if it comes like that or not, but we'll see. I'll compare it to another Jeep and see. But axle is definitely bent. You can see that right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the brake rotors off. I'm sure those are still good. Probably knuckles, I'll look at them, pull them off. Tie bar here looks to be in good shape, so I'll pull that off. Pull off our track bar, that looks like it's good as well. Probably put new bushings in them just to be safe. That arm's good over there, and that arm is tacoed. But I'm gonna start looking for a new axle, see what I can find. Hopefully they're not too expensive, but I think from the little bit of looking I've done, it's gonna be kind of pricey. With the, I went ahead, I threw the fender on there just to see how it lined up. Threw the grill on there and the bumper just to see. Got the bumper, I think it was off of eBay, but it was one of our favorite ones, so that's what we went with. Everything seems to line up okay. I mean, the headlights are in the same spot in the housing, so it looks pretty good. Like I said, the whole thing, I think it needs to be shifted that way about 1/2 inch. So we'll bring it to a frame shop, check that out. But for now, I'm gonna throw the hood on it and see if that lines up. And we'll go from there. There you go. After putting the hood on there, you can definitely tell it's a little bit off. So once we get that pulled over, I think it might need to come down a little bit too. You can see the gap is a little bit different. That could just be how the hood's sitting on there. It's not touching on this side, but the other side's got something stopping it, so could just be sitting down there a little different. But once we get that pulled over, it should fit perfect. I did talk to the company that I got the Jeep from, and they are going to hook me up. They're sending me a new oil pan, so we're going to give that a shot first. If not, if that doesn't work and it's knocking or doesn't sound right at all, then we're going to go ahead and get a new engine. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull off the oil pan and
check everything out, make sure everything looks good, and we'll wait for the new oil pan.